Scanning for audio.
Welcome, once again, to a Tin Dog podcast. Yes, it's been a while I've been away. Well, I haven't actually been away, I just haven't been able to podcast. You see, I had, well, a full feed. My Libsyn account was bursting to the seams thanks to those interviews with Nicola Bright and Fraser Hines. I just couldn't get any more shows out, so I've been recording them in advance. Now, I sat down last Sunday to record a marvellous show. I was going to watch Points of View after the hints that Matt Smith had dropped, and then do a wonderful little monologue about how BBC Three had seen sense, the controller had seen the force of public opinion and then gone, right, Doctor Who Confidential, yes, that's what we need. We're recording the stuff anyway for the DVD releases or some other such thing, but yeah, I've seen sense. I've looked at the arguments for and against, and there's an overwhelming ground surge, a meaningful movement by the fans. Hell, they even released a song. Yes, I've seen sense, and here is Doctor Who Confidential. I'm sorry. I'll put my hands up and say, look, you really want it. It's a great show. And of course, it's a marvellous format. We are going to reduce it in length, but that's fine. Because, you know, you watch the Doctor Who Confidential cut-downs on the DVD, that's the value-added content, and that's fine. So, it's going to be made anyway, so here you are, here's the programme, and we'll show it on a Sunday. We'll show it the day after you've seen Doctor Who, because that way you don't have to come away from your family. So, it's shorter, it's on another day, so, but it still exists, so that's fine. So here you are. That's kind of what I was expecting. But no. What we actually got, well, was this.
With me now is the BBC Three controller, Zy Bennett. Zy, we've got a lot to ask you because we've had an awful lot of questions. And I'd like to start, if I can, with your decision to end Doctor Who Confidential.
Being a viewer of Doctor Who Confidential made me realise how much I wanted to go into TV production as a career. I've recently begun a course. I hope you take into account the efforts we're all putting in to try to save something we love.
Well, Doctor Who Confidential was a brilliant series that we made 6 series of. And it's a show about the making of another show, Doctor Who. And there are only so many ways of explaining how a show is made. And in these straitened times, when BBC Three is actually cutting its budget, we have to prioritise the shows that we think are most important to our viewers. Doctor Who Confidential was a great show, but after 6 series, we think that it had a very good go at explaining how to make Doctor Who.
There have been insider claims that a Doctor Who Confidential Christmas special is filmed and ready to transmit. Can Zy confirm if this is true or false? I think it would be amazing for Points of View to be able to clear this up.
There were some reports that there was one sitting on a shelf. That's absolute nonsense. There is no finished programme sitting on a shelf. That show, however, was made for lots of different people, so for DVD and for BBC Worldwide, and there was some footage, which was about 10 minutes, which will end up going online, but there's definitely not a finished show.
Yes, Doctor Who Confidential is still no more. The headline for this podcast really should be, Breaking News, Confidential, Still Cancelled. And it is. Well, there you go. Get used to it. That's the state of the world. A short podcast, I'll grant you. But as there's nothing to report, nothing to talk about, I'll move on. And speak to you all very soon about something else, something better, probably a Sarah Jane review. Or even a review of the new box sets. So until next time, be seeing you.
You have been listening to the Tin Dog Podcast. Doctor Who and its associated shows are all trademark of the BBC. No infringement is intended. Contact us at tin-dog hotmail.co.uk.